Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Thanks for tuning in to the Unsigned Showcase. Hope you've had a good week and all that jazz. We're going to finish off this week with a new band to the channel, a really long track to check out, and a really cool reason behind the music as well, which is super dope. This is a new band to the channel. The band is called The Kill Chain. The track, though, has got a reason behind it, and it says here that this song is a fundraiser of sorts for the situation going on in Ukraine, with particular attention to the female warriors. Funds go to an all-female defense force called the Witches of Bucha, which is a cool name. So far, the funds have helped buy a truck that they desperately needed as they get blown apart frequently. We know that. Let me just get this on the screen as well, because there's a bit more blurb to read. It says the song is about Ukraine with particular attention to the brave women fighting and contributing to the Ukraine's fight for freedom from a genocidal maniac. The inspiration came from the story of two Ukrainian women, Crimea combat seagulls, who supplied a group of Russians with vodka and food that had been altered after those soldiers invaded and destroyed the city of Simferopol in Crimea. After they were found, they gave them hell before succumbing to numerically superior firepower. All the proceeds will be sent to the Witches of Bucha, an all-female volunteer group that protects Ukrainian skies from the Russians' indiscriminate daily war crimes, including bombing and missile attacks on civilian cities. Please share and tribute and things like that. If you want to send any money across to that, all the links will be in the description for that stuff, because we don't do politics on this channel, because, you know, there's politics everywhere else, and I want this show to be all about the music and talking about music and just, you know, a break from all of that stuff. But when bands come through with a reason behind their music, and you know we follow a lot of punk bands as well, and punk should have a reason, and these kind of reasons behind the music, I'm fully on board with it, and, you know, ready to support it 100%. So there you go. Very, very cool. The track is 7 minutes long, which is a hell of a track. I'm really, really interested to check it out. The track's called Battle Bomb, an ode to Ukrainians' daughters. So let's give it a spin.
Since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, more than 2 million people have been forced from their homes, most of them women and children. Some women are bearing arms, making Molotov cocktails, preparing for the worst, putting their lives on the line in the name of democracy, in the fight for freedom.
Out of more than 400,000 soldiers currently serving the Ukrainian armed forces, about 20% are women, but some have gone to fight on the front lines in Ukraine's ongoing.
Welcome to Ukraine, suka!
Just
Super. All the best to him. Cool. Man, what a track. What a cool video as well. Absolutely loved it. Never heard this band before, but I'm hoping to hear more of these guys going forward because these guys have got a great sound. You know, we don't need to go on about the reason behind the music. We've done that already, and you should know that already as well. And as I say, I don't want to get too political, so I want to talk about these guys' music more than anything. And there's a lot of cool things to talk about. But, you know, great video, superb message, fully on board. And if you're on board with this and you want to make a donation or just support it in any way, the links will be in the description for all of that stuff. These guys make some super music, though. Really great video to go with it as well. And I just really got into this one. The guitars were so heavy, like harsh, heavy, biting, cutting through your ears. Had just like a war harshness to it as well, which was sick. The guitar sounded really great. The drums sounded great, all distorted, washy, big cymbals and everything else. I really liked the vocal. The effects on the vocal were superb. Gave it like a bubbling liquid kind of effect to it, which sounded really cool. But again, it was harsh and nasty. Just with the whole vibe of the music that was just harsh and nasty and hard on the ears, which was dope. But I really liked that kind of almost synthy, paddy sound, vocally sound that was coming in there in the the initial sections. Thought it was really cool. Gave it an atmosphere and a vibe as well, as on top of the harshness and the kind of crust punkiness that was there. But as well, breaking into that atmospheric section at the end was superb. The guitar sounded amazing, really great tone, atmospheric, but as well with that darkness and that harshness coming through. Really great tone on the guitar, super nice. But that whole section with the spoken word and talking about the women and everything else just really felt purposeful and emotional, and brought the whole thing together towards the end with a real emotional vibe. And seeing the women and what was on the screen at that time as well, really hit hard. I thought it was super dope. So for a 7-minute track, amazing. Had loads of stuff to listen to. Moved from the harshness and that kind of war feel into the more emotional side to make you think a bit deeper than just guns and blasting and bombs and drones and God knows what else was going on in the first half. So yeah, it was a really cool track in that way that it had a dynamic shift in the emotion and the vibe of the track. And it worked in both those ways with the meaning behind the music as well. Super dope. Really, really enjoyed it. I'm pleased to be a part of this project as well and support it and promote it, and hopefully we get some more people to make a contribution or anything that they can do to help the effort. But yeah, really, really dope. But these guys obviously aren't only going to make that kind of music and these kind of things. So I really want to hear what these guys have got just in general as well, because they've got a great sound, nice long tracks, atmospheric sections moving about. So it's not just like, 7 minutes of kind of crusty, hard, punky stuff. Had loads of edges and extra dimensions to the music. Really dope. Enjoyed it a lot. So there you go. That's what we're going to finish off with this week. And I'm really, really pleased to have done it as well. Super dope track, super dope meaning behind it. You just get on board with everything about this one. So very, very nice. And I'm pleased these guys wanted to put it through this channel as well. Great. But as I say, I want to hear more stuff from these guys in the future, because that's just great music all around as well, regardless of the meaning. Super dope. So hope you have a good weekend. We'll definitely be back on Monday, providing the world doesn't end and Putin doesn't launch his nukes and God knows what. And we'll have a super dope Monday grind, 10 bands to blast out to as well on that one. So have a good weekend and we'll see you back on Monday. Cheers, guys. Bye.